Happy Sunday Fun Day. Happy NFL Sunday, Bourbon family. Whiskey Phoenix here with your daily bourbon review. As you can see, I'm repping my team, the Rams, wearing the GOAT, Aaron Donald's jersey. Bummed that he retired, but he had a great career. So today I'm coming to you with something that is going to be easy to find. It's nothing special. It's not a barrel pick. It's not anything like that. But what I've got for you today is Basil Hayden's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Easily found. Should be on the shelves. MSRP $50 for this bottle. Comes in at a lower proof, 80 proof. Mash bill on this is 63% corn, 27% rye, and 10% malted barley. This comes from Jim Beam Distillery, aged at least 4 years. So again, coming at you with something, been hitting you guys a lot with the, barrel picks, special releases, this, that, and the other. So I wanted to come to you today with something that I was looking through my collection and realized that, hey, this isn't actually a barrel pick that anybody's done or I've picked up along the way. I hope your team's winning today. I know mine doesn't play till later. Actually, they should be kicking off here soon. I think it's like 4 o'clock. Not shown in my area, so kind of used to that. Always checking the NFL app to see where my team's at. This has really got a light gold color to it, I would say. Through some of my research, I think the biggest thing I came across was that it's typically not an ideal drink for somebody that prefers like a more high proof or robust type of bourbon. I mean, with this coming in only at 80 proof, it's going to be fairly light bodied. I'd say it's a good beginner as well, since it's not that high proof range. And I personally enjoy it. This was given to me by a good friend of mine. Sean had picked it up for me and gave it to me, so I really appreciate him doing that. Let's get into this nose. Right away, I'm hit with like a fruity note. I know that's helpful, right? Fruity. Kind of maybe like a dark fruit, I guess. I get a little bit of honey. Maybe a little bit of vanilla even. Definitely sweet on the nose. And I'm just going to have to go with like a dried fruit. I can't determine if it's like a cherry or something like that, but definitely sweet on the nose, with that vanilla and honey to it. Let's get this on the palate. Fingers on this run pretty quickly. Not surprising. It's not very viscous. It's really got like a light flavor to it. Up front, I'm kind of hit with flavors of the vanilla and honey that you get off the nose. Then it kind of transitions into like some caramel with a little hint of spice. Kind of like a peppery spice, but just very light. there's almost even like a nuttiness to this that I don't think I've picked up on before. Interesting. Maybe like, I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards like a hazelnut possibly. Interesting. I've had I've had a few out of this one, and I don't ever recall really picking that up. But the finish on this is short. I'd consider it light. The baking spices kind of hang there. A little bit of caramel hangs there, but and I think maybe even a little oak might try and come through, but barely, if that. It's very short and light, and doesn't last very long. I know the longer I sip on this, typically it seems like some of the flavors on the palate do linger more in the finish. I'm just not getting it after doing just like 3 sips of it. Again, this is a good, what I would consider like a starter. I mean, it's a decent price, $50 coming in at 4 years. The proof on it's low at 80. But again, if you're, a bourbon drinker that really appreciates that high proof, that you get the intensity that can come with the higher proofs, 100 or above, I would say, this may not be for you. But if you're, wanting to get into bourbon and, need a starting point, you guys have heard me talk about the Traveler's Number 40, but I would put this one on there as well. As a good starter, just with it being, just a straight up, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. I love Basil Hayden. They were one of the first ones that I really started picking up on my own after I had tried a flight down at the Bourbon House back in 2023. And, they're definitely like, I don't know if they still remain in like my top 5 distilleries, but they're definitely would be in like my top 10 distilleries. So yeah, there you have it on this Sunday fun day. I hope your team's winning. Again, I won't know what my team does until later today. But if your team played in the early games, I hope they won. Drop in the comments who your team is. I'd be interested to know, family. Who do you guys root for? I'll also put in the comments a link to Basil Hayden. Don't forget, all the information you need for the Hang Light Gummies is in my bio. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this Sunday fun day. As always, please drink responsibly. And I'll see you in the next one.